Hi, my name's Daniel from Scooter Guide, and today we're going to be looking at the new Bronco Extreme 11. So basically this is an 8400 watt 35 amp hour performance electric scooter, and it looks very much like the Dualtron Thunder. You wouldn't be able to separate them at a distance. They look very, very similar. I think what they've done here, they've cloned the Thunder, but they've addressed a lot of the key issues that the Thunder had. I think primarily things like the clamp. So I'm just making sure my camera is not set too high. See if we can move that down a little bit. Yeah, so basically what they've done is they've used a double clamp. So they've reinforced the clamp. The Thunder obviously had a single clamp. This has got a double clamp. This is a lot firmer in terms of grip and stability. The other thing that they've done as well is they've got lots of different mount holes for additional hardware, and the performance model, the 11 Extreme, they give you a steering damper as well that you have to fit. Steering damper doesn't come with any instructions, so those of you that are unsure, that's pretty much how it needs to go on with the, with the clamps, with the lips on the upper side and then with the clamp facing that way. So some of the good things about the scooter, I mean, ergonomically it's very nice, it's very simple. You can tell it's definitely geared for speed. What I like with this is the swing arm setup. It actually brings the wheel further back, so the scooter in total has a longer wheelbase, and obviously it's proportionate with the deck, so it's really good at handling. And because the back wheel is slung further back, there's more suspension travel. And obviously with the Bronco, what you've got here, you've got adjustable suspension, so it actually comes with a pump, so you can charge it basically, and then you can set your setting here, which is very nice, so you can actually set how much adjustment you want, but you'll have to pump it up and charge it to to really stiffen it up. But when you look at this, it just looks exactly like a Thunder at deck level and where the stem meets the body of the scooter. So you've got a similar light configuration. You've got two white LEDs, and then you've got the brake LEDs, which are really good. You've got two GX16 ports. Again, supports charging at 1.75 amps, 84 volts as standard. You can use a charger, I think, up to 6 or 8 amps on this to fast charge it. This shipped with a standard charger, 1.7 amps. All I can tell you is it's extremely slow to charge on the standard charger. I got it, I think the battery was on 40%. It charged all night and then halfway through today, and it was still, I think it was on like 80% or something like that. Now what I really like here as well, if you can see, I'm not sure if you can see, basically you've got dampening adjustments on the front scooter mount and the front suspension, which is really good, so you can stiffen it up. You've got bottom adjustment, and then you can set how fast you want it to return. So if you're on road, you want fairly steady return rates, whereas obviously if you're off-road, you want a much faster return rate so that you keep the wheels in traction with the ground. What I like with this is I love how they've braided all of these. On some scooters they use the horrible like wire wrap. They've braided it, which is really nice. But I mean, you can't help but look like you're looking at a Thunder, especially with the way that this is all set up. And again, you've got nut hydraulic brakes, 160mm rotors, and then obviously you've got the motors, which on these they've branded them just like they do on mini motos. So they've put Bronco motors on the hub, and the hub size is the same size as the Dualtron Thunder, but obviously you're getting extra power out of these, so presumably they've got greater windings. Kickstand on this, it's a lot better than the Thunder one. The Thunder one is really spindly. This one is a lot thicker. So, you know, that's a nice touch. So in terms of stem, you've not really got much wobble there. It's a lot more reinforced thanks to the clamp. And what I do like up here is you've got little features like the carbon fiber effect here, and you've got a carbon fiber effect underneath on the flip side of the main stem arm. So they've done that as well, which is really nice. They've got this nice clamp release system, so you press that, you lift that up, and these fold down, which is really nice. And then when you fold this down, you've got a clip here for this to mount into, so you can carry it. It's got a much wider handlebar setup than the Thunder or the Ultra or any of the Mini Motos things. Unfortunately, it comes with that, which I don't know why they put that on any of these scooters. Again, very minimalistic. You've got lights, you've got single dual motor mode, eco turbo mode. What Bronco have done is they've taken the cheap nasty LCD, they've taken the cheap nasty LCD and they've put their own proprietary one on here, but unfortunately this is probably one of the areas of letdown. So these LCD displays, they're all the same, they're just not good. The battery readout on them is just completely pointless. On any of these scooters you can't use the battery, and on here they don't have an independent voltmeter, so you either have to add your own in or try and work with a voltmeter on that, but again, it's not very accurate. So all in all, I mean, it literally looks like a Thunder clone. You know, it's a bit longer, but other than that, it's very similar. It's got a 35 amp hour LG battery. Now, I've ridden it once, and it's very fast. The top end isn't as fast as claimed. They claim it can do 70 miles per hour. It can't. You know, I don't weigh a lot. I weigh 64 kilos, and, you know, I was struggling to get past 60. You know, it'd do 60, but it wouldn't go any faster than that. And that's with a, you know, almost fully charged battery. Quality-wise, you know, good. So you can tell, like, with all the fittings and fixtures and everything on here, you know, they've used good quality components. Yeah, so you can't fault it. You've got really good firm footrest back here, and again, you know, nice touch with the steering damper. However, sadly, this model that I received was faulty out of the box. Now when you get it, it comes with this, which is nice. And it even has, it did have a QC thing on the back of it, which seems to have gone missing. Okay, it basically had a sticker on it that said who it was checked by. I think it was Ryan, and it was checked in January. You know, I've just picked it up brand new, and the lighting circuit is broken, doesn't work. Took the deck off. You know, the dropper in it has packed up, so the DC to DC 30 to 90 volts step down to 12 volts had packed up. And what I also noticed was that the wiring that connects the LED lights was all perished. Usually when you get red and black wires, they're very vibrant in colour. These were like pink and grey, where they'd used wire that maybe was old or had been in direct sunlight, I don't know, but it was all perished. So I'm a bit disappointed. I mean, the scooter works fine, but obviously not having lighting and paying £3,500 for it, you know, it's not really ideal. I'm hoping that maybe it's just this model, or maybe it was just this one where they'd maybe used some tired cable, but definitely not what I was expecting. So let's take it out. I'm gonna make sure that my setting is right, because what I've been finding recently is, especially with the GoPro videos, that the GoPro is either aimed too low or too high. It just seems to be a bit hit and miss. So again, this is an 84 volt system. I believe the cutoff is 60 volt or thereabouts. I haven't tested it yet. The other thing as well, when I took it out earlier, I was a bit alarmed at how quickly the battery went down. I don't know whether or not this has anything to do with the other issues, obviously, with the lighting and the cables. In terms of drivability, I couldn't fault it. It's very, very quick. So immediately, back in a minute, 5 minutes. So basically, the 8400 watt motors are very powerful, as I shall demonstrate. So I'm just literally gonna accelerate hard now, and it just wheel spins, literally wheel spins, even at 30. That's how much power this thing has got. Acceleration is absolutely phenomenal. So it's got absolute heaps of power, phenomenal, far more than the Thunder, and a lot more than the 11X. So in terms of acceleration and what you get from this thing, so despite obviously the issue with the lights and maybe a slight quality control issue, what they've built here is a phenomenal scooter. You know, it absolutely just wants to go. You know, even if you just touch it gently, it just wheel spins. So the riding position is very much like the Thunder, similar deck size. You know, for someone that's sort of 5'5", 5'6", it's fine. Maybe if you're a bit taller. This isn't obviously like the Thunder. The stem could do with being a bit higher if you're tall, just to get the right riding position. But you know, the suspension is really, really good, very responsive. The scooter's very light, very, very light, and you know, riding it, especially with the wider handlebars, you know, it's very, very agile. You could easily maneuver this fast between stuff. You know, handling wise, it's absolutely exceptional. But you must have the steering damper, just because, you know, it's just got so much power. So I'm just gonna actually increase the dampening on it, because it is a little bit on the you know, you really want some resistance to this, because again, because the scooter is so light, you know, you will get the wobble on it, and, you know, you don't want that. You definitely don't want that, not when you can go as fast as this thing can. The other thing as well, this will eat tires. It will destroy them. So you're probably worth getting a spare set, because, you know, literally just taking off gently, just even just gently, it just wheel spins. So you have to sort of try and lean forward, put your weight down, and then when you've got a bit of momentum, then open it up. So just watch the acceleration. Okay, so I slow down to 30, watch the acceleration. Probably do it on a straight, actually. Okay, So watch the acceleration. Right, so I'm going to go from 30. See, it's just, and the brakes out of the box are excellent, absolutely excellent. Super sharp, super responsive. Let's go for another acceleration run. And again. Just literally that front wheel. So all in all, you know, obviously if I'd got one working out the box perfectly, you know, I would have been even more over the moon. But you know, with this, it's just so powerful. I mean, I've had the McCain MX60, I've had the Kugu G Booster, you know, I've had the Thunder, the Dualtron Thunder, the Ultra, I've had the Dualtron X, the 011X, but none of them have got anything on this in terms of power. You know, that 8,400 watts, that's a lot of power to put through two little 11-inch wheels. No, it literally just lives to just take off. But you see what I mean? You know, I've only been out on it a couple of minutes, and the battery reading on this is showing that I've used more than half already. So I'm just wondering, you know, what I've also noticed as well is that it seems to get into that vibration gets into that sort of bouncy vibration thing where it's just, I forget what the name of it, it's like a rhythm where it bounces and bounces. So I think I probably need to put some air in the suspension. So I am hoping that, you know, this battery indicator, I mean, obviously I know it's not accurate, but it just concerns me that it's shown a 3-bar drop in literally the space of a couple of miles. So it's showing at 71.8 volts. You know, it's a bit concerning after not even going that far. You've really got to get used to the So that's it. That's the end of the review. I hope you enjoy. Subscribe to scooter.guide for more.